Hello, my name is Chris, and today I would like to clarify and expand upon a point that I made in a video a few weeks back about dealing with those people who just push our buttons. They get all up in your life and they're invasive and they're annoying and they just go, yeah, and you're like, yeah, go away. You're stressful and annoying and you're hurting me. I don't like it. And I was talking about how I personally learned to deal with those kinds of people, and I said that for me the best approach I can take is to try and practice kindness and compassion and an abundance of patience. To recognise and remember that the way someone treats me says more about them than it does about me, just as the way someone treats you says more about them than it does about you. And I was talking about how if I do that, it allows me to protect myself, keep my, it stops these people who are trying to push my buttons from actually getting to me and affecting my mental and emotional well-being. And it allows me to get out of that situation without carrying around lingering resentments and hostility about basically what an asshole this person is. Because they're not. And I stand by all of that because I was talking about a very specific person, a very specific situation, and a very specific thing that worked for me. However, after the video, I was chatting to my girlfriend about it and she made a really excellent point. She was like, Chris, the video was wonderful, as they always are. But she said there was one point where you were talking about, being patient with people. And it kind of made it sound like you're just supposed to just always be patient with people no matter how hard they push and no matter how hurtful they are. That can be really bad for your mental and emotional well-being. Are we supposed to just let people walk over us or what's going on? And like I said, it was a really valid point and absolutely I did not address that in the video. And as you can probably tell by the fact that I'm stood here now, it hasn't sat right with me ever since. So I'm going to address that today. Before I do, just a very, very quick reminder, tomorrow is Saturday, January the 22nd, 2022, which means it is time for our monthly live stream hangout. It takes place at 6:30 p.m. UK time. Other time zones are down in the description below, along with a link to where the live stream will take place. And of course, the link will also be in the card above. I don't know why, I love doing that, making cards pop up. Magic. Anyway, if you've never been to a live stream before, it is a great opportunity if you'd ever wanted to come and spend time with me, chat to me in real time, chat to other members of our tribe and some other regulars that we have like Melissa and Vicky and Scott, my friend Blonde Writer who was there last time, I think she's a regular as well. And to talk about your quick journey, to ask me any questions or just, hang out if you've nothing better to do on a Saturday. That is tomorrow. Today I am talking about dealing with people who push my buttons on what to do about them. The video that I'm talking about was the one I made on the life lessons that I had learned in 2021. And I said one of the most important life lessons for me was to act with patience and kindness towards a specific individual who really did have a seemingly an amazing capability to press my buttons and to stress me out and annoy me, even though I knew fundamentally deep down this person loved me. But we were on different journeys and different paths, and they just were able to. And I would find myself, if I spent long in their presence, getting stressed out, annoyed, emotionally upset, and I would carry that with me and I'd have all kinds of anger and hostility towards them, which serves me no good whatsoever. And sometimes I would even, I would be snappy with them or short with them because they were getting to me. And I learned over the course of the last year that the best approach is to recognize that the way this person is behaving really has nothing to do with me. It is everything to do with them, what is going on for them right now, the environment and the situations and the experiences that have shaped and molded their lives and made them into the person that they are. And that is not always necessarily their fault. You know, we're not born bad. I don't believe that anyway. We're not born bad. We're not born to deliberately stress people out, hurt them, or be mean to them. I don't know about you, but I've never met an evil baby. Although that thought really amuses me, I never have. Babies are not evil, babies are not bad. Yeah, they cry a lot and they crap everywhere, but they're not bad. Because they haven't been shaped and moulded by the world yet. You know, we're born pretty much a blank slate. And then as we grow up, we take on these conditions of worth from, you know, parents, family figures, other authority figures, conditions of worth being, you know, you are only worthwhile and accepted if you behave a certain way, if you do this, if you act this way. We take on these introjected values, you know, you have to work hard, you have to be academically successful, you have to do this, you have to do that. And if you don't, you are unacceptable. You know, and deep down, every single one of us has this very primitive, basic need and desire to be accepted by a tribe. It may very well be as we get older, you know, we find a different tribe that does accept us. But when we're young, the only tribe that we know of is our own family. And so, of course, we want to try and be accepted by that family because we have this primitive need. It takes us all the way back to the caveman days where if we were ousted by our tribe, we would die. So acceptance is kind of a survival thing. So we are shaped and molded by all of this, and it ends up making us the person that we are. You know, all kinds of life experiences can influence the way a person acts and behaves as they get older. Thinking about, you know, somebody who grows up quite poor and doesn't have very much and then comes to be, you know, quite financially stable or even successful, will undoubtedly be quite protective of their financial success because they know how crap it is to do without it. And, you know, they might be very protective of that, and that can, you know, manifest itself in all kinds of ways. It can even make that person really resentful against people who maybe don't have much money or are poor because they remember what that was like and how hard it was, and just the very thought of being poor just brings up all these negative feelings for them. The opposite can also be true. You know, we could grow up poor but happy and see people who are flourishing, and that can annoy us. You know, when I think about our quit smoking journey, people who don't seem to be happy for our success, people who are deliberately trying to not self-sabotage, people who are deliberately trying to sabotage our success, isn't necessarily because they think that we're bad people, like in ourselves. It's because they've learned that if you're successful in something, that, you know, you must be doing something bad. Or it reminds that person that, you know, I'm not able to succeed in what I want to do and you are, and that annoys me, and I'm going to take my annoyance and my anger and my frustration out on you. So I keep that in mind when people don't act towards me in a way that makes me feel good. You know, I've been on YouTube for a couple of years now. Every couple of weeks I'll get a really mean, horrible comment from someone, and I don't take it personally. That, you know, that person is responding to what I'm saying, and that person is listening to what I'm saying through a filter of their own experiences and worldviews. That has nothing to do with me. That comment has nothing to do with me. That comment has everything to do with that person expressing their own frustrations and anger about their own life, but, you know, bouncing it off me because I happen to be there on the video. Recognizing and remembering all that really helps me. You know, I can look at this person and their behavior, even if they're targeting their negative behavior towards me, and recognize, actually, you know, it's got nothing to do with me. This person is responding to the world around them, the way they view the world around them, the way they view themselves, the way they view other people, and the way things are supposed to be, come from, you know, are shaped and molded by their own experiences, environments, and current circumstances. knowing that allows me to be compassionate towards this person and forgive them. I think that's the fundamental thing that I'm going to forgive them for the way they have made me feel if they make me feel bad. And that helps me because, like I said earlier, it means I'm not carrying around resentments and hostility. It means I'm not going on the attack. Well, if you're going to be a dick to me, I'm going to be a dick to you back because that's what you deserve, and karma is what it is. But that does me no good. Two wrongs don't make a right. You can be the biggest arsehole in the world, doesn't mean I have to be as well. The way we treat other people says more about us than it does about them. So if I'm being an arsehole, I'm being an arsehole whether this person deserves it or not. I'm still an arsehole, and I don't want to be an arsehole. I want to be a nice, kind, compassionate person to the best of my ability. So recognizing what's going on allows me a level of forgiveness, allows me to let go. But it doesn't mean that when I let go of this resentment towards them that I'm suddenly happy and joyful. No, this person has really upset me. This person has infiltrated my emotional and mental well-being and dragged it down. This person has made me cry. This person has made me angry. This person has made me want to shout and scream and run away and And whether I let go of my resentment or not, I'm still left with that. And am I saying that what I should do is allow people to continually make me feel like this? Absolutely not. In the words of the great William Shakespeare, doeth no harmeth, taketh no shitteth. I think it was William Shakespeare who said that anyway. I don't have to go on the attack, I don't have to be offensive, but I don't have to put up with it either. I forgive you for making me feel like crap, but I'm not going to allow you to do that again. Because my own mental and emotional well-being is important to me, and if I am not putting my own mental and emotional well-being first, then it is detrimental to me, and it does not help me to help anybody else or to navigate the world with a bit of peace of mind. So at some point I have to set boundaries. Sometimes I have to put my defenses up or create a barrier because I'm not going, just because I forgive you, just because I recognize that the way you're behaving, that's your shit. You're dealing with that, right? Have you ever noticed I swear a lot more in my videos these days? I've really got to knock that on the head. Anyway, you're dealing with your crap and you're taking it out on me, but it's nothing to do with me. So I forgive you, but I won't tolerate it anymore. Do no harm, take no shit. And the way that I protect myself from these people who drain my energy, who make me feel like crap, who make me sad, angry, upset, the way I deal with those people, the kind of barriers and boundaries I put around myself to keep myself safe depends on the individual person and certain set of circumstances. I'm not of the mindset that anytime somebody treats me badly or makes me upset, they automatically are removed from my life and I never speak to them again. I think in some cases that is absolutely appropriate. In other cases it may be a little extreme. There are absolutely people in my life who just completely drained any sense of positivity and joy from my life. People who just drove me to the point of, every time I spoke to them, we ended up in a fight or I just couldn't be around them. There were people in my life who claimed to love me and care about me, or at least like me a little bit, that when I reflect on it, I think, you were a full-on arsehole for the entire time of our relationship. Those people have to go. For me. I don't hate you for the way you behaved. I don't resent you for making me feel like crap, because I appreciate that's your thing and not mine. But I have no love for you. I have no, that's what it comes down to, love. I have no love for you. There is no benefit to me of keeping you in my life. And as selfish as that sounds, I have been through so much in my life that my absolute top priority at all times is my mental and emotional well-being. And if I can't find a way to keep you in my life whilst maintaining positive mental and emotional well-being, you gotta go. But there are people for whom I do have a lot of love. I do love you and I do care about you. But you are annoying as heck, and every time I spend time around you, you just drive me crazy. You start pushing me buttons and I don't like it. So I set my boundaries. I get to determine how I'm going to let people make me feel. I get to determine what opportunities people have to make me feel a certain way. So I'm going to spend a shorter period. I'm going to deliberately make sure that if I'm going into an environment where you are, I have a get out plan. I'm going to only stay there for a short period of time. I'm not going to allow it. For some people, it may be that they don't recognize or don't even realize what they're doing, at which point a polite word, do you really made me feel like shit when you said that, is better than, going all guns blazing and trying to fight them, and then everybody feels worse. With some people, it is just there are certain topics of conversation. Nope. We're not going there. I'm not going there with you because I know what happens. Or I limit the amount of time that I talk to them. And putting these defenses up, these shields, creating these barriers and boundaries, it's pretty much my best option, if not my only option, because I cannot do a single thing to change another person. Some people, sometimes even through no fault of their own, lack enough self-awareness to recognize that the way they're behaving is harmful or not right. The way to them, the way they're behaving is absolutely right, and the way people are supposed to behave. If they didn't believe that, they probably wouldn't do it. Yeah, I'm totally justified in being an arsehole to you. And the more I confront them and go at them and say, stop this, you need to change, they're not going to change. And the only person that's going to end up getting hurt in that situation is me. Do no harm, take no shit. Doing no harm doesn't just mean to other people, it means to me as well. Can't go around harming myself by keep running into this person and going, change, 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 and they're not changing. I'm getting more frustrated and more angry with them. Why do they keep doing this to me? Why? So I can't harm myself. I can't change them, but I can change my response. And my response to this is to put my barriers up in whatever way that may be, And it is so, I could sit here and list a million different ways to do that, but every relationship, every person, every circumstance is different. But ultimately it comes down to this thing of do no harm, take no shit. I cannot allow people to walk all over me. Even if I love them, even if I care about them, even if I am kind and compassionate and patient with them, I can do that from a distance somehow. My barriers have to go up. And I have, like I say, with each individual person, I have to figure out the best way to do that. Having spoken for as long as I've spoken for now, I've either clarified the points that I made in the other video, or I've just made things terribly complicated and rambled on and said nothing of any sense. I hope it's the first one. I hope this has made sense. I hope it's giving you something to think about. Be kind to yourself, and remember that being kind to others isn't necessarily because they deserve it, but because you do. Thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate your support. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I make videos kind of like this and on other topics, mainly about quitting smoking and avoiding self-sabotage and practicing self-kindness every single week. I also wrote a book that's about quitting smoking. It is here. It is called Quit Smoking and Be Happy, available in print and ebook form. Other things to tell you about, again, the live stream is tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. UK time. We have our amazing quit smoking support group, Finding Freedom, facebook.com/group/findingfreedom1. This wonderful community who I'm so proud of. I've been watching all the posts this week and I'm so proud of you rallying round one another, lifting each other up. It's amazing to see. Finally, if you would like to work with me either for quit smoking support or something else, I am putting more attention into my therapy practice this year. You can find out all about what I do at cjstherapy.com. I'm feeling this was a very long video, so I'm going to shut up. Have a wonderful day. Please be kind to yourself. Do no harm, take no shit, and I'll see you soon.